No, I have too much to live for, and more important things to do. We have to level the playing field, Mr. Wilson.
James Gunn hinted at bringing Deathstroke, a renowned villain from DC Comics, into the upcoming DC Universe reboot. The co-CEOs of DC Studios, James Gunn and Peter Safran, announced plans to refresh the DC Extended Universe into the new DCU earlier in January 2023. This new era begins with projects like the animated Creature Commando series in 2024 and a live-action Superman reboot slated for 2025. Alongside the exciting lineup of heroes confirmed for the new universe, Gunn has teased the introduction of several powerful supervillains. Among these formidable foes is Deathstroke, also known as Slade Wilson. Gunn dropped hints about Deathstroke's upcoming debut in the DC Universe during a social media exchange in May 2024, sparking speculation about when this iconic DC Comics villain might appear. Deathstroke first appeared in DC Comics in 1980's The New Teen Titans #2, initially as an adversary to the Teen Titans before becoming a recurring nemesis for heroes like Batman, Green Arrow, and the Justice League. While casting details for Deathstroke remain under wraps, there's anticipation among fans about which talented actors could step into this action-packed role in the DCU. Joe Manganiello is one of the actors who deserves another shot at playing Deathstroke. He first took on the role of Slade Wilson's Deathstroke in the DCEU, making his debut in 2017's Justice League and returning for Zack Snyder's Justice League in 2021. However, Manganiello's portrayal was cut short and underdeveloped, despite early teases of a larger role that never materialized due to Zack Snyder's departure from the franchise. Manganiello's appearance and demeanor perfectly embody Slade Wilson, making it a missed opportunity that his character wasn't given more depth in the DCEU. Prior to his role as Deathstroke, Joe Manganiello had a history of superhero projects. He began his acting career playing Flash Thompson in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy and has since starred in a range of action-packed dramas, thrillers, and comedies. His versatility makes him an ideal fit for the new DC Universe, especially if the franchise embraces a more lighthearted tone under the guidance of James Gunn. Manganiello has demonstrated his ability to handle diverse roles, which could greatly benefit his portrayal of Deathstroke if given another chance in the revamped DCU. Now, another actor who could be a fitting Deathstroke is Keanu Reeves. Known for his intense action roles and stoic presence, Reeves has a proven track record of portraying complex characters with depth. His roles in iconic franchises like The Matrix and John Wick showcase his ability to handle intense physicality and bring emotional depth to his characters. If cast as Deathstroke in the DC Universe reboot, Keanu Reeves could bring a new dimension to the character. His ability to blend martial arts prowess with brooding intensity aligns well with Deathstroke's persona as a formidable mercenary and master tactician. Reeves' presence on screen commands attention, which could elevate Deathstroke into a compelling antagonist capable of challenging DC's heroes on multiple levels. Reeves' popularity and fan base would bring significant attention to the character and the DC Universe as a whole. His casting could attract both longtime fans and new audiences, drawing interest to the evolving narrative and direction of the franchise under James Gunn's stewardship. Ultimately, whether it's Joe Manganiello reprising his role or Keanu Reeves taking on the mantle of Deathstroke, both actors have the potential to rejuvenate the character in the DC Universe, providing fans with a fresh and captivating interpretation of one of DC's most iconic villains. That said, besides standalone movies, Deathstroke could make a significant impact across multiple movies and TV series within the DC Universe. Known for his formidable combat skills and tactical brilliance, Slade Wilson, aka Deathstroke, has the versatility to engage with top-tier fighters like Batman and has been a recurring threat to various DC teams over the years. This makes him a compelling addition to the upcoming slate of DC projects. While Deathstroke has had limited live-action appearances, including Joe Manganiello's portrayal in the DCEU and roles in TV shows like Arrow and Titans, James Gunn's tease of Deathstroke's future in the DCU opens doors for broader integration. His presence could enhance several announced DCU films and series, potentially even leading to his own future project. After his potential involvement in Gunn's The Suicide Squad, where he was considered alongside characters like Peacemaker, Deathstroke's crossover into Peacemaker Season 2 seems increasingly plausible. This season promises a significant crossover between the DCEU and the DCU, with John Cena's Peacemaker set to clash with characters like Rick Flag Sr., played by Frank Grillo, transitioning from animated to live-action continuity. With David Corenswet stepping into the role of Superman in the new DC Universe, Gunn's vision for Superman in 2025 suggests a rich tapestry of interconnected stories. While Deathstroke may not initially seem aligned with Superman's narrative, he could play a crucial role in the broader DCU storyline, potentially involved in collecting kryptonite or gathering intelligence on heroes, orchestrated by figures like Amanda Waller. In essence, Deathstroke's multifaceted nature and capacity for intense, gritty action make him a versatile character poised to contribute significantly to the evolving narrative and interconnected universe of the DCU. His inclusion across various platforms promises to enrich the storytelling landscape while expanding the audience's experience of DC's iconic characters. Lest we forget, there's some disappointing news about the scrapped Deathstroke movie in the DCEU that might still find its way to audiences, albeit in a quite different form. With 2023 marking the official conclusion of the DCEU's original cinematic timeline, it's evident that not all planned projects made it to the big screen, including several films that faced prolonged delays in development. Joe Manganiello's portrayal of Slade Wilson was one of the standout additions to the DCEU's roster of villains. Despite his character's potential and the initial plans for a solo movie, Manganiello's Deathstroke saw limited screen time in the Justice League films and never got the chance to headline his own feature. In a recent interview with Comic Book, Manganiello disclosed that he had discussions with current DC Comics president Jim Lee about adapting his unused Deathstroke script into a graphic novel series. This move would potentially place Slade's untold story within DC's Elseworlds imprint, aligning with the broader creative vision under James Gunn's DC Universe. Manganiello's journey with Deathstroke in the DCEU was a roller coaster ride, from appearing briefly in Justice League to being considered as the main antagonist in Ben Affleck's abandoned The Batman script. There were even talks about integrating Deathstroke into multiple projects, showcasing Warner Brothers' keen interest in exploring different facets of the character. As for Manganiello himself, while his time as Deathstroke seems to have reached its end on screen, there's speculation about his future within the DC Universe, possibly in a different role. Nonetheless, the hopes for a live-action Deathstroke movie remain among the many what-ifs and missed opportunities of the DCEU's cinematic journey. Gunn's revitalized DC Universe, fans are eager to see how Slade Wilson's story might unfold anew. Despite the setbacks of the past, including the shelving of multiple Deathstroke projects, the character's potential remains untapped in the evolving landscape of DC films and series. Gunn's approach, known for blending action with character-driven narratives, could provide the perfect platform to reintroduce Deathstroke in a compelling and meaningful way. With James Gunn steering the creative direction, there's renewed optimism that Deathstroke could be woven into the fabric of future DC projects with depth and resonance. The shift towards interconnected storytelling and the exploration of multiversal concepts in the DC Universe opens up intriguing possibilities for Slade Wilson's character arc. While Joe Manganiello's involvement in future DC films as Deathstroke remains uncertain, the character's rich history and complex persona make him a prime candidate for exploration in the new DCU. Whether it's through films, streaming series, or even graphic novels under the Elseworlds banner, Deathstroke has the potential to become a cornerstone of DC's narrative tapestry, offering audiences a deeper dive into his compelling backstory and formidable presence. As Gunn's vision unfolds, fans await eagerly to see if Deathstroke will finally receive the spotlight he deserves, anchoring stories that resonate across the interconnected universe of DC superheroes and villains. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments below.